Hey, what's up guys? RJ here, back with another video. In this video we're going to take a look at the Microraptor Pro Case, specifically for the Autel X-Tar drone. Now I believe you can use this case for both the premium version and the standard version. In this video we'll take a look at what I liked, what I didn't like, and my final conclusions on the case. We'll also talk about somewhat big problem when I first got the case. So first up will be the Fat Boy pressure test. Next we'll move into my spare shower for a leakage test, and then onto the features and some disappointments, followed by some final conclusions. So in the interest of full disclosure, I purchased this case with my hard-earned money. You know, the portion of my money that the government didn't take and give to somebody else. Anyway, and I did not notify Microraptor that I was going to be evaluating their case. The case is made up of a ruggedized injected molded plastic and is said to meet or exceed military specs. This is watertight to mil specs 810F, 512.4 and IP67, capable of withstanding water immersion between 15 centimeters and 1 meter for 30 minutes. So without further talking, let's get to it. Okay, let's see if it can handle my weight, 230 pounds. As you can see, it's flexing quite a bit, but I think that's understandable considering my weight. So that's not too bad. Alright, so here we are in my shower, and we're going to test just to see how tight this container is. Alright, so while we're sitting here waiting, that's 230 pounds on this thing. In the water, we'll wait just a couple minutes here, and then we'll flip the case and try again. While that's draining, I will make sure to dry any water off so as not to contaminate inside the container. Okay, we'll start with the case empty, and I'll build up from it, and on the way I'll explain what I like and what I don't like about the case. So the case doesn't come with any instructions, but it's fairly basic, fairly simple to figure out. The first thing that you need to put in the case are these strips right here. And they go in the bottom of the case like such. Now, when I first received this case, the first version of this case did not contain these. But more importantly, the first version of this case, the remote control sat vertically. And with it sitting vertically, the lid wouldn't close. It was probably about that far from closing. So 2 weeks went by, they shipped me out a revised insert for the X-Star Premium, which included, among other changes, these. And the reason why they included these, I'm pretty sure, is because without these, the drone sits lower than the foam. The foam does not support the drone. The drone rests on these. And with that is one of my biggest complaints, that the entire drone is sitting on that much of foam. So yeah, in this position, if it were to fall, the energy is going to be translated through the plastic into this, what, 1/4 inch thick foam, and then right into your drone. So to me, that's a bit of a problem, but at least there is something there now. So from there comes the insert, the main insert, which looks like this. This is the new one, and I'll bring up some pictures right now of the old one and how the case top would not shut with the remote control in the horizontal position. Now they've cut it out so it rests, or vertical position, now it rests horizontally. So now the lid closes without any problems. So when you get the case, you'll have all these filler. You have to pluck the foam out. Well, it's not really pluck, it's pre-cut. It's really easy to pull out. And this is basically what you're left with. There is a piece that goes here, which sits in like that. I guess it's supposed to protect the gimbal. However, it certainly does not protect the drone itself, because the drone legs sit so close, so tight to this edge that it just misses the centerpiece. But again, thankfully they have this piece, these two pieces now to keep that from, well, to give it a little more support. So this case has some very unique and pretty cool features. First and foremost, this insert can be removed and put in a backpack case that they also sell, which to me is very, very handy. In addition to that, they have these cutouts for segmenting compartments right here. And the cutouts are these nice thick pieces of, I'm not sure what that is, plastic of some sort, board of some sort, but you can configure it either with 2 long sections, or in my case, translate it into 4 smaller sections. So that's that, and they've got a space up front for such as a tablet. Fits nicely. And I put my power cord and my extra bag of goodies here, my lens filters here, and of course it's got a place for 5 battery inserts. So you have 3 here, 1 here, and here. So this case can handle 6 batteries, 1 in the drone and 5 along the edge line. So batteries, nice and snug, fit nicely. And then from there, it comes with some desiccant kit. Basically, when this thing runs clear, you put this in the oven at 300 degrees for 3 hours to regenerate the desiccant inside. I'm not exactly sure where this is supposed to go, if it has a specific spot. I just put it in here. There seems like there should be a specific spot in the case somewhere. So, moving along, the next section is the top section, which sits right here. And on the back side of that is where you can put 8 blades, which is another fantastic feature in my opinion. And that just sits up there like that. So, and here is the remote control. Turned it on. It is quite tight, the foam. And I'm sure that'll loosen up over time. Okay, so the remote is in, and I guess the next thing is the another feature. Let me go ahead and put the drone in, and the drone sits in like this. So if there is a battery in place, it'll slide right down in place there. So as you can see, the drone, again, as I was mentioning before, will bottom out on those pieces of small foam sitting across the base of the case. As you can see, it does not, this foam does not in any way support the drone in this way, in the, I guess, the Z-axis. So another great feature about this case are these little round stands, which in theory are supposed to go in like this, all the way around the case, and keep the blades from turning, right? Well, like I said, in theory, I guess, but in principle, no, it just doesn't work. And if you try to, the first case I had the foam still in there, and because it doesn't come with any instructions, I pulled the foam out. But when talking to support, they said you're supposed to leave the foam in there and just press down on the foam, and that keeps it, I guess, suspended higher. However, when I received the revised insert, it did not have the foam inserts, and so as you can see, this one is even cut wrong. It's lower than all the rest. But I guess at this point it's kind of irrelevant because, as you can see, they don't work. So, like I said, great idea, just poor implementation of it. So the next thing is the, where did I put it? Oh, is the charger. So the charger, I presume, goes in here. Again, no instructions. I'm not sure exactly where it goes, but it fits nicely. And it does have these Velcro strap holds, so you can definitely keep it quite secure with that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and close it up, and as you can see, it closes like it should. And let's talk about some of the other features. Another feature is that it's on wheels, and it rolls really nicely. Got fairly good sized wheels. I didn't have any problems rolling it over a field, a grass field. It has a handle here, and of course an extending handle here. Press this button here and lift up and it locks, and that's how you release. Now I would have preferred the handle locking and unlocking. I just think that's more convenient than having to reach behind the case and to lock and unlock. But again, not a real big deal, just more of a convenience issue. Also has a handle here at the very top, and that's what I seem to use the most. It's got very sturdy, very heavy hinges along the entire box. The hinge for the lid, the hinge for the handles are very beefy. Oh, and last video you saw, you have an option to change out these twist locking latches with keyed locking latches, which is a nice feature. So you can do it both ways. And I think they're like the locking kit's pretty cheap. It's like $16.90 or $16 and change. Really affordable. So that's it. So welcome back. So the question is, would I spend $200 on this case? And my answer is, well, it depends. So just to recap, the case is strong. I mean, very strong. And even after my Fat Boy pressure test, it still remained watertight. I know that the audio from the end of the water bath test failed. It absolutely remained dry inside. And you have to give it to them for that. Anyway, the case has some really great features, like the adjustable left-handed compartment, the lid blade storage, the rotor blade positioning dowels. Well, if it worked. I think all they need to do is make those dowels longer and it would solve the problem. We'll see what they do. The free desiccant container, and not to mention the interchangeability of the foam insert between the hard case and the backpack. So if you can live with the horizontal protection limitations that I discussed earlier, and that the fact that this case does not have a pressure equalization valve for high altitude flight, then the answer is simple. Absolutely yes. I would buy this case. Well, put it this way, I'm keeping it. I'm not giving it. I'm not sending it back. So yeah, that's about it. So do you guys want to see a review of the backpack? If so, let me know in the comments. If you have any other questions about this case or about the customer service in the the ordeal between the insert originally not working and then getting me a new insert that did, you can ask in the comments. So that's about it, guys. If you want to see more reviews in the future, slap a like on this video and subscribe. So in the words of Joe Telling, the 3D printing nerd, hug more often and love each other harder. Well, that part's mine. So until next time, guys, take care.